So take a look at that. As soon as I knew that Sopa de Albondigas existed, I knew I had to make it. Because I absolutely love Mexican food. Now, this video did not shoot as smoothly as most Galley of the Sun episodes, so stay tuned at the end to check out the shenanigans. Greetings and welcome back to the Galley of the Sun. Today it is a day in mid-January in the Valley of the Sun, and hell, the temperature's not even going to hit 75 today. We're sitting at 72 right now, and that's the high. So it's a good time for good, hearty soup. Now, you know my love of Mexican food, so today we're making Sopa de Albondigas, or Mexican meatball soup with rice. So let's get started. First of all, behind me, I have water boiling. What I'm going to end up doing is pouring rice in there once it hits a boil, letting that go for about 8 minutes, and adding salt. Then I'm going to take it, strain it, rinse it, strain it again, set it aside, and we'll get to making our meatballs. Now, as always, loyal viewers, all of the ingredients, their amounts, and the directions are down below in the description section. But I'm not going to say anything out loud because I'm bumping this up a little bit. We have extra guests tonight, and this is soup, right? So my original recipe doesn't even call for celery, but I had some celery in there. If you look at recipes for Sopa de Albondigas, you'll see that some of them have celery, some of them have potatoes. Really, it's up to you, like any soup, right? So I'm going to use those up. I also had a couple extra tomatoes that I don't think are going to last more than a couple days, so I'm going to chuck those in here. But the recipe that will make you a fantastic soup is down below, but feel free to adjust it to your needs. This is the Galley of the Sun. You know that I'm adding extra garlic. Oh yeah. So my water is boiling, and as I said, I'm going to add the rice, add the salt, let it go for about 8 minutes, then I'm going to drain it, then I'm going to rinse it with cold water, drain it again, set that aside, and we'll be making meatballs when we come back. We'll see you then. Our rice is now parboiled. It is time to make the meatballs. To do that, we're going to take I almost said an amount. I am doubling my meatballs because we like the meats. But anyway, I'm going to get my ground beef in here. You want to use something for this that is lean. I know I've said fat is flavor a million times, but sometimes you just need to go with the lean stuff. We're doing it this time. With our ground cow goes an equal amount of ground pig. With our pig and cow goes half of our parboiled rice, our minced garlic, our fresh oregano, our cumin, our salt and our pepper, and 2 chicken seeds. Now I'm going to get that all mixed together with my grubby paws. This is very therapeutic because if you've watched our videos before, those girls, they stress me out. This is therapy. All right, so I forgot an ingredient and my hands are all yucky, so the director's going to help me here. Cilantro, freshly diced cilantro. Oh, thank you, director. You're welcome. Oh. Once I'm happy with how these are mixed, I'm going to make about a tablespoon-sized meatball and then keep repeating. So if you use the amounts that are down in the description, you're going to get about 40 meatballs. We'll see you after we're done making the meatballs and we're ready to go to the next step. See you then. All right, so the director deftly helped me with my bowls. And I've got plenty now. So we're going to set those aside and continue with the soup. So in a food processor, I already have a jalapeno. Or if you're from the Midwest like me, a jalapeno. And with that goes my tomatoes that have been quartered. And my onions. And my remaining garlic, which I have just a little bit in here. I'm going to throw a little bit of water in here, swish that around, and chuck that in there. Because you can't waste garlic. That's good stuff. It's like the bacon of vegetables. This here we're going to process until we have a puree. If you need to stop and scrape, do it, but I'm pretty happy with how that looks. Alrighty, time for the next step. So behind me I have a large pot. It's for the soup. Yeah, that's what we're making today. So I'm going to get that on medium-high heat. This is a Mexican dish, so we're going to use avocado oil instead of olive oil. Get some of that in there. And then we're going to add our tomato, onion, garlic, jalapeno mixture to that. Cook this until we see a distinct change in color. It's going to get much darker on us. Then we'll move on to the next step. Hey, as that's browning, if you want to help us out, leave us a comment. Tell us just yum, or where you're watching from, or what kind of costume you think the director should wear in the next video. Should it be a chicken costume? Maybe a moose? Maybe a pickle? Who knows? Let us know. Our tomato, jalapeno, onion mixture has been cooking for about 10 minutes. Now it's time for the next step. So you'll see down below in the description, it tells you to add 8 cups of chicken broth at this point. Now, we're adding chicken broth, but also we love the Better Than Bouillon brand. They also have a smoky chipotle broth. So we're going to add a little bit of smoky chipotle broth and a little bit of chicken broth. With that, we're going to add our carrots. We're going to bring that to a simmer and let it go for about 10 minutes and get those carrots softened up. All right, the carrots have been simmering for about 10 minutes, getting nice and soft. Now it's time for the next phase. We're going to add our zucchini. We're going to add our hatch green chilies. And this is a point where you can control the heat. If you use mild, it's going to have a great flavor. Use something medium or hot, it's going to have some spice to it. It's all up to your tastes. We're going to add our celery and the rest of our parboiled rice. And we will gently nestle our meatballs into the mixture. Now, once you do this, if you feel the desire to stir, do it now. Once you add those meatballs in there, let them just set for at least 10 minutes so you don't break your balls, your meatballs. So, yeah, you want them to be, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so the meatball soup is done. Once I turned the heat off, I stirred in some cilantro. Now it is time for judgment.
Okay, not having jalapenos.
Nope. I'm saving that for the picture.
Those aren't for me. I want to get a little bit of vegetable. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah, that needs to cool off. Holy crap, does that. Great taste though. Got a really good flavor. And I haven't even had the meatball yet, so. But the broth and the rice and the vegetables and everything is really good flavor.
I can't wait to hear what she says about my balls.
Oh my goodness. Those are good. The broth has a lot more flavor though.
Mm-hmm.
So if you wanted to spice up the meatballs or something, you could. But those are really good for me because I'm a wuss when it comes to heat. So
there you go. We talked about that earlier.
But it's good.
So there you go. Sopa de Albondigas, or Mexican meatballs with rice. This is a soup that you got to try. Hey, thank you so much for joining us. Until we see you next time, fair winds and following seas. If you look at recipes for Sopa de Albondigas, if you look at recipes for Sopa de Albon, we'll see you after we're ready. We'll see you after we're done making the meatballs.
You're having problems today, honey.
Liberty bibberty. Mexican meatball soup with rice. 2, 2, 2. No. This has got to be 3. That's why I need a gaffer. I think that's what a gaffer does. Sopa de Give me a second.